Hey guys, this is Zlewikk and welcome back to series of videos about EU5 dev diaries that are called Tinto Talks. This is dev diary number 41 and I think one of the most interesting ones because it's another feature that is completely, not even reworked, improved slash reworked, because we're gonna talk about Parliament. So first of all, it was a little bit in EU4 but not so much. And different countries will have their own names for the parliament, like courts for Aragon, Riksdag for Sweden, I assume same for Poland, and there are 35 of them added to the game already. That is how the Parliament UI works so far. Obviously it's work in progress and very early on. We'll be having Parliament requests and Parliament agendas, but I'll talk about them a bit later into the diary. So there are 6 different types of the Parliament. First of all, no Parliament, and then 5 different types that we are seeing here, depending on the age you're on, type of the society you have, and where in the hell in the world you are. So just simply an assembly that is available for all of the countries, where nobles and peasants have agendas. Then a bit deeper, I've got councils, that is requiring a codified law advance, and it's maybe nobles and clergy that have agendas, and you see here. Then we've got a level further estates parliament, where there's nobles, clergy, and burghers that have agendas, but it requires feudalism. And there's an autocratic parliament that requires an age of absolutist advance. Here nobles, clergy, burghers all have agendas. The crown power is 25% stronger, and you can force any issue with some additional costs, so it's now more of an autocracy. And again, for the same age, constitutional parliament is gonna be unlocked, where nobles, clergy, and burghers have agendas, and their impact is much higher. And the nobles' estates have a much higher estate satisfaction because it's constitutional parliament. So you can already see by that besides different issues that we can propose, different requests that we can propose, this is where the agendas from the estates will be happening as well. So they move from the estates to the parliament in EU5. So if you're able to have a parliament, you can call it every 5 years. But you don't have to call it. But if you don't call it for 10 years, the estates will start being angry at you. As for the placement of the parliament, of course the default one will be a capital, and you're gonna get a bonus to centralization, so it has value. But you can also choose any other city location, and for some countries also a rural location, as a place for the parliament. And if you do so, that place is gonna get some juicy modifiers for half a year, so for the duration of the parliament. Yeah, then you can pick different issues during the parliament as a debate, where you have pretty much 2 issues to choose from per estate tab. So you have 2 for the crown, you see there are 2 for the peasants, 2 for the burghers, 2 for the nobility, and 2 for the clergy. Where the base support for that debate will be depending on the power of that specific estate and its satisfaction. When you pick an issue for a debate is gonna go on for 6 months, you're gonna get a temporary modifier for the duration of that debate. Like for example, you see the promote castle cost works, is gonna give a castle cost and stockable cost, that's a bit too much probably, for that half a year. If you fail the agenda, you're gonna lose stability. If you succeed, you're gonna get that other modifier that is different to one that you'll be having temporarily. And as Johan is saying, they currently are having 70 parliamentary issues added to game. Then there are about 1,000 of the ones that are more country specific. I assume that is gonna also be improved both on the base issues and the flavor issues over the time. Oh yeah, to pass an issue in the parliament, you need at least 50% of the backing in the parliament. Another example of the issues are census, which is giving a population growth, and if you pass, it's gonna be additional stability for you. So how the hell do you get a support from the parliament to pass an issue? By default, you're gonna have some support depending on your current crown power, but this is usually gonna be very low unless you cripple your estates. Then you have potential support from different estates depending on the issue that you picked and the power of these estates. And obviously there will be guarantee forms, advances that will be also changing the base support. How the hell can you increase the support from the estates? Well, I mentioned agendas that were part of the estates in EU4. Here they will be part of the parliament itself, where the estates will be asking you to do stuff. And if you accept that, they're gonna support your issue in the Parliament. An example is stability autonomy support that would make you lose stability and increase societal values by 2 towards decentralization, but in exchange, nobility would give you plus 22% support in the Parliament. You know, these agendas from the states will include law changes, changes in societal values, like here, privileges granted, and many more, even including buildings. Remember the very top of the dev diary, there was what's called parliamentary requests. This is very much something that I honestly missed in EU4. That was very historical for especially the early period of the game, where you can ask Parliament, of course in exchange for something, for example, to increase taxes for the next 3 years, or get more levies for the next 3 years, or to be able to change the laws easier, or to prepare for wars, so get a diplomatic casus belli to attack another nation. That is kind of similar to some of the features that we've seen in Imperator Rome, but I would think it's taken a step further. Finally, we've got also parliament seats that are represented by special buildings, where for burghers that special building is urban parliament seat that burghers can ask for during a parliament, and it grants a significant permanent power to the burghers in that town or a city. While for the nobles estates, there will be a rotten borough that will be built in the rural locations as a parliament seat. But yeah, this is all for the parliament. You see, next week you're gonna talk about disasters. Hate as much as you want, guys, in the comment section, but I think that's another feature that is really reworked in a nice way. And it's not like they reworked it for the matter of reworking, but it's actually changed in a much better way to represent how parliaments, councils, how important part of the life of the country this were in that time period. I think it has deeper features than just the parliament in EU4, like with like dump clicking, right? And it has more impact on your country, like changing society's values. And I'm really looking forward for even more country-specific flavor. They said 12 issues. Please add more over time. We want that even before the DLCs, and I'm sure there are gonna be more. Let's see if there's anything in the comment section before we end. I don't see any parliament type that allows agendas for all 4 estates. I forgot to read it, but it was in the dev diary that there is a privilege for the peasants that allows also agendas for that estate, but it's not very much recommended by the devs. So there will be a Sabor, name of parliament for creation. Can you post the names of the parliaments that we already have? Quarters, yeah, there's a lot. There's, of course, same! There's Duma, yeah. What else did I recognize? Same as Sabor, yeah, the one that they already mentioned. That's really nice. Make sure, guys, to mention if there's any Reichstag, if there's any estate general, if there's any parliament name that is missing here. Senate, of course, Congress. Better yet, why not have all lists sortable by any attribute on the list? In this case, it would be an estate, alphabetical, size, or effect. Almost all lists in the game are sortable by the headings at the top. See? They wanted to hate, but they already have it implemented. In the 5-year thing, something you can change through the game or be forced upon you. Let's say the estates for you to call upon the Cortes annually. Is that possible? There are ways that Parliament will be forced upon you, yes, so it is not always up once per 5 years. Should the census really generate a population growth? Johan is saying, yeah, the rest of the comments true, but many census also actually found people that the states had no clue about. That's why it's increasing the population growth here, discovering people that didn't exist for you. Oh, and like so much hate about this sorting list. They are sortable, and they have filters. Can agendas in Parliament be also opened for other estates, like Cossacks? Yes, so I assume they have the same privilege that the peasants have to be participating in the parliament. That's a very interesting comment. So there's a question how often the parliament can be called. It's 5 years, how we read. And Johan is saying that it used to be more often, but the playtesters complained it was too much busy work. And that's a comment for you people that say they don't even test their own game. They are! That's another new good news for us. But yeah, guys, I think that's all for today. Let me know what you think about the parliament. I told you my opinion. It is better than in EU4, but it needs more content over time. And of course, subscribe to the channel to get notified about the next Tinto Talks. Bye.